Good morning, everybody. So I'm out here today in Lexington Park, Maryland at Lexington Manor, where I've played several times. Every time I come down for work, I go ahead and play a round or two or three out here. It's a cool course. They've got 2 tee pads and 3 pin locations on every single hole. So you've got quite a few different layouts, 6 different layouts that you could play out here, which helps it keep from being boring. So today we're going to play the long pads to the middle baskets. It's a longer layout, but not the longest layout. Start out with a straight tunnel shot down through here. I'm going to go ahead and stretch out a little bit, get a little bit warmed up, not throw anything, just get a little bit loose, and then we'll get started. So let's do this. All right, when I drove in last night, got off the plane, it was raining. By the time I got about halfway here, it was an absolute downpour, thunder and lightning everywhere. And so I do expect there's going to be some wet, muddy, boggy spots. I think it is like hole 3 is kind of low, and then there's a few others that I remember being kind of boggy at times. So we'll see how it goes. It is definitely sticky out here. I don't have any chalk or whale sack or anything with me, so we'll see how that's going to go today. But I'm going to start out 2 off the first, just because I have not thrown a single disc yet. Haven't practiced putting, nothing. So we'll do this, see if I can even nail this tunnel, or how bad this could be. Well, definitely pulled that to the right, and didn't quite get there. All right, so I also didn't bring a towel, and I've already realized how bad that's going to go. That should be good. So that's a par. This one was a 291-foot par 3. Let's go to hole 2. All right, hole 2 is a bit longer. This one is 675 to the B pin. It's 857 if we were going long, so quite a bit more. Problem that we've got is the road is OB, so these roads are all closed. They're just out here for people trying to turn away from the traffic, so you guys aren't getting that. These roads are all closed. This, I believe, at one point was going to be a housing development. Something fell through, and it ended up being turned into a park. But you've got these roads and sidewalks throughout here that a lot of people run on, walk on, but they're played as a river. So you've got the river that goes through there, and then everything on it or across is OB. But you've got this big tree right down in the middle that's actually pretty low hanging as well. You could go out towards the road, try and get a skip shot off the road, but whatever way you want to go, you need to keep it pretty low. The basket is going to be way down the road, tucked up in. You can just see it down there, but it's a ways down. I think I'm going to go with the prototype DD2. Just try and get it under the tree. See what we can do. Put it on more hyzer than I wanted to. Didn't flip up as much as I wanted, but kept it under the tree. Ended up putting myself in kind of a tough spot. So I'm over here by the short basket, which even to here, I mean, that's not a huge throw. I think I'm gonna have to go over here, hug the fence with a turnover. Could go wide with a hyzer. Actually, that's a much more open line there. So I think that's what I'm probably gonna do. Let me go out that gap. Hopefully put it on enough hyzer, enough height to get it back. Around the trees. It hit the trees, but it came in. So it's right down there in those trees. Just gonna get a little forehand with the zone. A little short. Decent putt. Okay, so this one is a little bit of a tough one. It's a tunnel shot You got one tree right in the middle, which makes it way harder than it needs to be. Then you've got 372 out to the basket. It's out across the road and down in the field. So you want something that's going to go fairly straight and then have a little bit of a finish before it hits the trees that are out there. I don't believe there's any Mandos on this one other than getting it out the gap. And then, yeah, get it across the road. Actually, it does look like there's a tree down there that says Mando, but I don't know how you would not hit that or not be on the right side of it. Clipped a lot of trees. Hung it too far to the right. Was trying for the gap, but oh well. All right, so I got it out of the gap, but the normal route I would go would be over here. Bushes are in my way, so I'm gonna go up towards that entry and have it fade in. You can see it straight through. If you look on the side of the bush, you can see it straight through there. Of course, he's right where I'm gonna throw it, pretty much. I really did not want to hit him, ended up sawing it off. I don't know if I mentioned it before. I believe this one is 375 on the T sign. It said 365 on U-disc. Par 3. All right, so this one is a pretty tough one. 400, but there's a Mando over on the right-hand side. So you've got to keep it this way down the left-hand side and then have something turn, or a forehand that gets out there and turns and hooks up. Low ceiling here, so you can't hang it super high out of here. I'm gonna try, I think I'm gonna try my Sphinx on a little bit of hyzer flip it up, and hopefully get a little bit of turn. The Bodanza Sphinx. Well, flipped up, didn't get the turn I was looking for. That's gonna be in a bad spot. So I think I went in the woods somewhere around this basket, maybe a little bit before, maybe it faded right over it. But as you can see, it's kind of a wall. So I'm gonna take a quick look. I've lost quite a few discs at this course, so we'll see if I can find that one. I really don't want to lose that one. I've had that one for pretty much since I started playing, and it has become a pretty reliable one, even though it didn't turn for me this time. I don't want to lose it. Okay, so not only did I not lose it, but I was able to take a just overhand, straight knifing roller shot through a little gap, get it right out here to the middle of the fairway. I'm only 100 feet or so from the pin, so not a bad spot to be in, but this is for par. Left it a little short. Love it. The forecast called for a 0% chance of rain today. Yet it is definitely misting right now. All right, this is another one that you can't see the basket from. You can see the short one, which is out at 310, but the B basket, which we're playing, is 436, and it's around the corner to the left. So getting it out, you've got a nice low-hanging branch here that's in your way. You've got trees off on the right-hand side. You've got the road that plays as a river. I'm gonna try this trail, pump it out there with a little bit of hyzer, see how she does. Well, if I was playing the short, it might have been okay. Okay, so the B basket is just up past this short one. I ended up short of the short one, which is, I think for this one, I'm just gonna throw the zone. Put on a little bit of flex, try not to hit this basket in front of me. Not a bad shot. It should be a Easy enough par on this one. Gotta have fun out here. Otherwise, why are you even out here? All right, from the blues, this one is 357. Again, like on a lot of these, you've got a lot of low-hanging branches to contend with. You do have a lane pretty much right down the middle, and then the basket is tucked off a little bit to the left from the direction of the tee pad. So something that goes fairly straight. I'm gonna try this trail again. I haven't had this in my bag, just got it, and so I've been trying it out. Looks pretty nice. It is definitely down there. All right, not a bad drive. Ended up deep of the basket and just barely making it in bounds because this road curves to the back to the left, and so where I thought it was probably 20 feet, 30 feet back that way where it's wider, it barely snuck in over here. I mean, that was about a foot and a half. I just did a flip, so about a foot and a half. And this is for birdie. I just left it out to the side a little bit. All right, well, looks like it'll be a par. Would have liked the birdie, but that's okay. So over here behind me, this is right there. That is the basket for hole 8. So I'm about to play hole 7, but hole 8 is there. You can see there's a huge tree that went down that they were just out here. They were just over here cutting it all up. But it is definitely in the way, and it's going to play as a bit of a hazard for this one. So when we get up there, we'll take a look and see what makes sense. Okay, so this one is hole 7, 260 to the B pin. So the B pin, got to go through this open gap and then fade it pretty hard over to the left. I think it's got to go pretty hard. Actually, this is showing it almost straight. Maybe I'm going to change what I'm throwing. I'm going to go with the reactor. Kind of lace it out there, kind of straight. We're only looking for 260, so not a huge amount of power. And yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm getting absolutely eaten alive by bugs. Ugh. Could be great. Did hit a tree right at the end, but still carried nice and straight, was just starting to fade. Could be exactly what I was wanting. I feel like it's a good thing I did hit a tree because I'm already deep. And so it hit one of these trees over here, kicked right here. I mean, it's pretty much parked. I'll come out this side so you guys can see me right over a holly bush. Yeah, that's fun. Barely sneak it in, but call back the stroke I lost on hole 4, so back to even. Yeah, not sure on this one. There's a lot of tree down. Easy place to lose a disc. But I'm gonna go with a bright one, real bright detour. I'm gonna throw it pretty much right at this yellow. Let it flip up and see what it does. I don't know. We'll see. Well, that was horrible. So it was pretty much my typical not gripping it hard enough, early release, causing me all kinds of problems. It is something I got to deal with. I think the only play I've got, I was looking at trying to go out this way, get it out into the open, but there's just really no line. There's a lot of really low hanging branches over here. So I think I'm going to go gap straight in front of me, zone, see if I can get it somewhat over there. Well, it's over. Again, it came out earlier than I wanted it to. That is pretty much my normal miss, is the early release. Yeah, you can see here just how much stuff there is. There's still a big chunk up in the tree right there, so you got to watch out for that. But just a lot of debris in the way right here. Well, it's definitely not what you would consider a good shot because of how much further it carried. But it's what we got. And we'll take it. Another par. As we're walking to hole 9, one of the things that I haven't mentioned that I thought would be pretty cool to talk about is the fact that this is, at least on UDisc, this is a number 5 rated course in Maryland. So definitely a popular course. Although I've never been out here when it's super, super busy. I've seen people out here, but it's never been like packed. Now that course I did out in San Diego, Morley Field, whew, that was a crowded course. Okay, so we are at midway point. Well, once we finish this hole, we'll be midway through. This one is 320 around the corner. Actually think I'm gonna go my FD1 on this one. Get this ant off of me. FD1, put it on a little bit of hyzer, put it out there because it is a little bit around the corner. Not too bad though. So we want something that's gonna go semi-straight. To me, that looked really good. All right, I thought it looked good, and it obviously was good. And that's a birdie, taking me 1 under after the first 9, so decent spot. All right, so starting the back 9. Start off with a pretty tough one. This one is 537. So you've got the road over here, which I said plays as a river. You could go something wide, Anheuser over here, a high forehand over here, but you're not going to get a lot of distance. Instead, there's the Suckers Gap. You guys can see it in front of me, that Suckers Gap right there. I think on a little bit of hyzer, this trail might be the perfect one for this gap. So that's what we're going to try. We'll see. Problem is, all my discs are wet. I really don't want this one early releasing. Well, I ended up holding on to it a little bit too long. Caught it inside, caught a tree. At least it popped out. There are so many mosquitoes. I really did not get very far before I got kicked down. So we're gonna probably just go with the trail again and see what we can do here. That looks pretty nice. As long as it stays in bounds. Ooh, that's not in bounds. It rolled and rolled out into the river. Okay, so like I said, I went out of bounds. It rolled. So I'm thinking I'll go diagonal backwards over here, toss it right in that area. I've got, I don't know, 70. And didn't give it quite enough. So this one will be a bogey, unfortunately. That's what happens. Another bogey. At least. Who knows? It's not in the basket yet. Could do anything at this point. Good enough. All right, so this one, hole 11, is 281. And I think I want to throw something that's going to go down through this gap on the right-hand side and then fade pretty hard. It's up on top of the hill. I'm not sure if this is the right disc for it, but I'm going to go with the Gyropalooza Simon Line Balance. Put it pretty flat, maybe even a slight amount of Anheuser, and let it fade out down there. Oh, wow. Okay. That was actually pretty good. Okay, so it was decent. Not the best shot I could have done. It did come up a little bit shorter than I had expected it had, but it's okay. To look for the birdie. Not an easy one for sure. Not gonna be mad about that. All right, 12 blue is a pretty tough one. This one is 450. I can just barely see the basket down there. Got to carry something pretty straight down through, and then just a little bit of finish at the end. I'm gonna try my DD2 pretty low and driven. See what we can do. A little bit more fade than I wanted. Didn't carry quite as far, but we'll go see. All right, so it did fade a little bit early, but luckily it got past this gully down here. I'm only, 15, 20 feet past the gully, but down in there is kind of jail. Do have a tree right directly in front of me. I'm gonna have to hang it out a little bit to the right. It should be a 3. Okay, this one at 457 is a par 3. So this is for par. Yep. Okay, so blue 13 goes across the road. You can see the yellow up there. It's further to the right, I believe. I don't see it though. That's where it's kind of showing it. It's down along the road, but okay. I'm just gonna go straight for the gap up there, throw something up there and see what we end up with. I think I'm gonna go trail. Yeah, I don't see a basket. I don't know if it's around the corner a little bit further. I don't recall on this one. Well, I can now see the basket. It was hidden by the bushes over here. I'm out of bounds over here, which means, given where that tee box is, probably went out right around here. I'm just gonna mark it right there. Here's where I ended up. All right, so we'll call that the mark. And go zone, kind of outside. Yikes. Mark, mark, mark. Didn't put it outside, put it right into the limbs. I have been giving myself more of these longer looks today than I would like, but I know I can make them. But not when you yank it. Very disappointing double bogey. Takes me to, I believe, 2 over now. Okay, so this one is fairly straight down there, but you've got a line of trees in the way. So you have to go with something that's gonna hyzer or fade, come back. I'm gonna go with the reactor, lay it out there pretty much flat, and just see if it'll come back. I hung that reactor out pretty wide, ended up clipping a tree right there, bouncing down here. So I've got, I don't know, maybe 100-ish feet. I'll go kind of at it, a little bit to the right probably, or just straight at it and let it fade and hope it doesn't go on the road. Looks like it sat down. Closer than I wanted it to be. As well as I'd like on these back nine. Keep leaving myself these long putts. And this one for par. Oh. Player B. Always player B. Another bogey. Yikes. All right, this one is 365 to an island hole. So you've got kind of a cul-de-sac, what was a cul-de-sac there, and then the island in the middle is the island. 365 out to it. I'm gonna go with the trail, pump it out there, see what we can do. I think I can get the trail all the way there. We'll see. Go in. Oh. That was pretty close to actually going in. All right, so check it out. I barely, again, it is a small island here from 365 feet back there. But given the angle, I must have come just over the top or just in front of that. So we're gonna take our meter in from the OB, and this is for birdie. I'll take that. Get one of those strokes back. Really nice tee shot. Was actually a run. Okay, 349 on this one. It is down, it is right in the corner. So you've got the two roads. The cul-de-sac comes off the main road, and so the rivers. So it is right in the corner, probably 10 feet on the back corner of it to the road. Going straight at it could work. The trail might be a good play. Keep it low and driven, but I think I haven't thrown it yet today. I think I want to pull out the Ella Hansen DNA MD3 or DD3. This is a lightweight DD3. If I come out at it, maybe a little bit of hyzer, pretty driven, it'll probably get a little bit of turn. We'll see. We will see. That is beautiful. Oh, I think that's parked. That was an absolutely beautiful flight. Exactly what I was looking for. So it is essentially parked. Went a little bit long. Oh, 10 or so long. But another birdie. 2 in a row. I like that. Let's keep that going. All right, 287 up there on this one. I think that the hex is probably the play. Like I said, try the hex. Pretty straight at it. Get some finish. Not bad. The hex actually fought through a lot better than I thought it did. It hit that branch right up there and then kind of floated down here and gave me a very nice look for that 3 in a row birdie train. I'll take it. All right, hole 18. We're coming into this one, even par. This one is 280. From the red tee right over there, it's down down a very straight gap. From this tee pad, it has you going out. You've got some trees that kind of hang out over. You've got some branches that are kind of low. And so it's a turnover shot or a forehand. Haven't thrown many forehands today. Actually, haven't thrown any off the tee at all. So that's what we're gonna go with. I am absolutely getting eaten by bugs out here, so I'm ready to be done with this round. It's been a beautiful round, but let's get this tee shot off and see how we do here. Love it. Ooh, got a bit of a skip. Probably went a little bit long. Okay, so we actually didn't go long. We're actually short of the basket. I thought the basket was over here. We actually came in, I think, just in front of that tree over there, skipped over here. So we've got a little bit of a longer birdie look on this one, but it is a birdie look to try and end this out 4 birdies in a row. Oh! Should have just putted with the FD1. Did you guys see that sit there? Ah, par. So didn't go under on it. Went even for the round. I'm pretty happy with an even round. I really enjoy this park. I like coming out here every time I come down this way. It is a beautiful park. It's a fun course. You got 6 different layouts you can play. So if you've got only time to do a really quick run, you do short to short, and you could be done easily in an hour. I've run this and done it in an hour several times. A lot of times I've come out here like during a lunch break, and just it is right across from Pax River Naval Base, and so just come over here, get it done, and get back. But I appreciate you guys checking this out. If you have any questions, any comments, leave them down below. If there's a course that you guys love, let me know about it. Maybe I'll find myself in an area that you guys know about a course. And so if you guys are telling me about the good courses, I'll be able to hit it. Thanks, guys. See you next time.